Item 406. Timber piling. 1. Description. Furnish and place treated or untreated timber piling. 2. Materials. Furnish timber piling in accordance with ASTM D25. Use any species of durable timber for untreated piling that will satisfactorily stand driving. Use southern pine or Douglas fir impregnated with a preservative for treated piling in accordance with Item 492, Timber Preservative and Treatment, or as shown on the plans. Furnish round piling in the lengths shown on the plans, with a minimum circumference of 38 inches for piling 40 feet or less in length, and 41 inches for piling over 40 feet. Measure the circumference under the bark at a section 3 feet from the butt. Treat cuts, bolt holes, and other areas where the surface of the piling is broken in accordance with Item 492, Timber Preservative and Treatment. 2.1 Inspection. All piling is subject to inspection before and after treatment. Allow the inspector free access to all sites where materials are being produced or processed, and provide any assistance necessary for the proper inspection of materials. The engineer or inspection agency that performed the inspection must brand the butt and tip of each acceptable pile with a marking hammer showing identity of the engineer or inspection agency. 2.2 Storing and handling. Prevent excessive splitting, checking, warping, distortion, or any other damage that may cause the piling to be rejected. Handle treated timber piling carefully without dropping, breaking outer fibers, bruising, or penetrating the surface with tools. 3. Equipment. Handle piling with rope slings. Use handling equipment that does not penetrate the treated shell into untreated wood. 4. Construction. Drive piling in accordance with Item 404, driving piling. 4.1 Splices, build UPS, and cutoffs. Saw tops of all piling to a true plane as shown on the plans and at the established elevation. Saw piling that supports timber caps or connects to other members to the exact plane of the connected member. Build up piling by splicing on an additional length of piling of the same diameter and quality when required. Make splices in accordance with the details shown on the plans or as directed. Construct the splice after the pile head and the lower end of the build-up section have been squared up and treated in accordance with Section 406.4.2, Treatment of Pile Ends. Use a long enough build-up section to preclude the need for more than one splice. Use no more than one splice in any single pile. 4.2 Treatment of Pile Ends. 4.2.1 Treated timber. Give the ends of piling 3 coats of a preservative determined appropriate for the original preservative per AWPA standard M4 after cutting. Follow with 1 coat of coal tar roofing cement meeting the requirements of ASTM D5643. 4.2.2 Untreated timber. Coat the heads of piling thoroughly with a thick protective coat of hot tar, hot asphaltum, or hot creosote. Cover the pile heads after treatment with a sheet of 20-gauge galvanized metal when indicated on the plans. Provide a cover that overlaps the sides of the piling at least 3 inches. Bend the cover down over the piling and fasten it with large-headed galvanized nails or as shown on the plans. Treat cutting or hole boring that has occurred after treatment or a damaged surface of treated piling in accordance with Item 492, Timber Preservative and Treatment. 5. Measurement. 5.1 Timber piling. Timber piling will be measured by the foot of acceptable piling in place after all cutoffs and splices have been made. When the contractor elects to drive piling deeper than required to meet the specified length and bearing requirements, no measurement will be made on that portion below the elevation at which length and bearing requirements were first obtained. 5.2 Splices. Splices will be measured by each authorized, completed splice made necessary by driving beyond the planned pile length to obtain required bearing resistance. No measurement will be made for a splice made necessary by unsuitable material, handling, driving, or overdriving. 5.3 Cutoffs. Cutoffs will be measured by the foot of cutoff above required grade. No cutoff will be measured on any pile that is built up. 6. Payment. The price bid is full compensation for jetting, pilot holes, alignment holes, driving piling, repairs, materials, equipment, tools, labor, and incidentals. 6.1 Timber piling. The work performed and materials furnished in accordance with this item and measured as provided under measurement will be paid for at the unit price of treated timber piling or untreated timber piling. 6.2 Splices. An additional payment for each authorized, completed splice, regardless of build-up length, will be made at a price equal to 4 times the unit price bid for treated timber piling or untreated timber piling. Where piling is trimmed back for the purpose of constructing a splice, payment for the cutoff is included in the payment for the splice. 6.3 Cutoffs. Payment for cutoff lengths will be made at a price equal to 1/2 the unit price bid for treated timber piling or untreated timber piling.